Hello, my June's Journey friends. It's Curly Sue. Welcome to my storyline series, where we go over June's shenanigans chapter by chapter. Today, we're going over Volume 1, Chapter 16, The Singer and the Saxophonist. In our last chapter, we met two new characters. The first is Elliot Bernard. He's the owner of Tallulah's Jazz Club. He's the one that discovered the body of Ray Conroy. He produced pictures to June and Mrs. Talbot of what appears to be Bobby hiding the murder weapon. And also, he drove June and Mrs. Talbot to the location of the murder weapon. Our second character is Stella Lee. She's a singer at Tallulah's Jazz Club. She was married to Ray, the murder victim. She claims that Bobby was infatuated with her, and she produced letters from Bobby to her stating that he will take care of the victim, who was, to be clear, her husband Ray. To recap, after June and Mrs. Talbot helped Bobby escape the law, they were immediately hauled into the police department by Detective Martell. While there, they inadvertently helped him verify that the pocket watch found on the victim's body was indeed Bobby's pocket watch. Detective Martell also let them know that they were in big trouble for aiding and abetting a fugitive. They're not under arrest just yet, but don't leave town. With their borrowed free time, June and Mrs. Talbot head back to Tallulah's to see if they can pick up some more clues. There, they meet the owner of the club, Elliot Bernard. He takes the ladies inside to see the gruesome crime scene, then gives them a lead in the case. He tells them that Bobby was in a love triangle with the victim and was fighting over a singer at his club, Miss Stella Lee. June and Mrs. Talbot go off to find Stella at her second job on a riverboat. Stella tells them that there was nothing between her and Bobby and that the victim was actually her husband, who, by the way, was a total louse with anger issues. She agrees to speak with them further at her apartment after she finishes her set. At Stella's apartment, June and Mrs. Talbot are shown letters from Bobby to Stella saying that he will do anything to have her. Ray won't be a problem, he wrote. I will take care of it. Well, that sounded ominous, and it brought up so many questions for June, but she didn't have time to ask them as Elliot Bernard showed up at the door. He had something to show June and Mama Talbot. They all pile into his car, and while on the way, Elliot showed them pictures of what appeared to be Bobby hiding something in a swamp. The pictures came from a contact he had at the Louisiana Times, and he wanted to show the women the photos before his contact published them. June wants to see the location in person, and she's in luck because that's where Elliot is driving. They get there and search the spot where the pictures were taken. There's a bag hanging in a willow tree, and what would you know? There's a bloody knife in it. You can touch evidence with your bare hands as long as it's just your fingertips, right? And by the way, wasn't Ray stabbed? And so we continue to Volume 1, Chapter 16, The Singer and the Saxophonist. We'd found the murder weapon right where the photograph showed Bobby, or someone who looked a lot like him, hiding it. The situation was grim, but it was about to get much worse. We're still in the swamp, and June just doesn't know what to say about what we've just uncovered. The pictures show him hiding the murder weapon. Do they, June? Mrs. Talbot doesn't think so. Those pictures were taken from behind. That could have been anyone. But the weapon was in Bobby's bag. I don't know what to think. I'm sorry. It sounds like June and Detective Martell have their minds made up. Speaking of Detective Martell, is that a police car we're looking at? Dang it, June said. The police are here. Someone must have tipped them off. Oh, and here's that crusty Detective Martell coming up right now. Some people simply can't take a hint, can they? He said. But yeah, I should be thanking you. You found the weapon that was used to kill Ray Conroy. June tells him, we found a knife in the bayou, but before she could finish her sentence, Detective Martell takes the weapon from her hands. I'll take that, thank you. This should be enough for a warrant for Bobby Talbot's arrest. With all of the murder weapons likely floating around the Louisiana bayous, how could Detective Martell think that this particular murder weapon killed Ray Conroy? I wonder if he's also seen those fuzzy pictures of someone hiding something in the willow tree. And now Mrs. Talbot turns to June. June, listen to me. I have served your family for nearly 40 years. I have never asked you for anything I've never needed to, but right now we need to prove my son's innocence. So, whether or not June thinks that Bobby is guilty or innocent, she is going to get on board with Mrs. Talbot's pleas. She says, well, Bobby did say that he thought the police had been paid off by someone. Mrs. Talbot takes that bone. Of course, he's been framed. Someone's out to get him. We do need proof, June says. All we have right now is Bobby's word. And it looks like now we are sneakily grabbing a set of keys that don't belong to us. Mrs. Talbot notices. What are you doing? She asks. June tells her, oh, no worries. I'm just helping myself to Detective Martell's keys. Oh, dear. Okay, Mrs. Talbot, you asked for June's help, and now you have to take it or leave it. She is rogue. Get on board. June tells her that there's only one way to know for sure if Detective Martell is being paid to frame Bobby. Now, come on. And here we are in Detective Martell's office. I'm guessing it's middle of the night because there is no one here to see us. Mrs. Talbot has misgivings. June, are you sure we should be doing this? Mrs. Talbot, don't you want to prove Bobby's innocence? Yes, she says, but isn't this illegal? June tells her that only matters if Bobby was wrong about the police being corrupt. Because if they're doing illegal things, that means we can do illegal things, and all the wrongs come together to make a right. Duh! How old are you, Mrs. Talbot, to not know these things? Now, let's finish rummaging around this office before we're caught. And oh, what's this? It's a letter from Ray Conroy. That's the man that Bobby is accused of killing. How lucky is this? Mrs. Talbot wants to know what it says. June reads it and tells her that it's a complaint about the cost of permits for his automobile import business. That's odd because police detectives don't typically handle permits. Mrs. Talbot remembers that Bobby said that he was running from a big-time gambler who had bribed the police. And now she's thinking, maybe Ray Conroy was that gambler. June tells her that Ray was already dead by the time we talked to Bobby, though perhaps Bobby didn't know that. But now, let's put a pin in that because we found something else in this office. Now, why would Detective Martell's desk drawer have a false bottom? Well, let's dig in there and find out. It's a sketchy ledger book. June tells Mrs. Talbot, it looks like we just caught someone with his hand in the cookie jar. Mrs. Talbot asks, well, what is it? June explains that it's a ledger with a list of dollar amounts to the tune of almost $20,000. Payouts, Mrs. Talbot asks, from who? Is it Ray Conroy? And that's the $20,000 question, June tells her. There are obviously no names in here, but I do know who we can ask. Come on, let's go. And we find ourselves at the doorstep of Elliot Bernard. June, Mama Talbot, welcome to my home, he says. Do come in. Do excuse my mess, as my housekeeper took off and left my employee rather suddenly. But that's neither here nor there. What can I help you with? June tells him that we're still looking for a way to prove Bobby Talbot's innocence. Elliot hands him this newspaper and says, you may be the only ones, though, I'm afraid. Oh no, Bobby's picture is in the paper, and judging from recent past events, it can't be for anything good. Jazz musician hides murder weapon in swamp. Police search extends to nearby states. Mrs. Talbot is devastated. They printed the pictures you showed us, the one that showed Bobby. I'm sorry, Elliot interrupts. After the police found the weapon, there was nothing I could do. June is annoyed. They certainly didn't waste any time. They printed a special edition and everything. Oh, and guess what? We found a ledger in Detective Martell's office that looks a lot like a list of bribes. Elliot's not surprised. New Orleans is a rotten city, he said. And he lives here. June asks him, do you have any idea who might have been paying the detective off? Elliot says, well, I don't like to engage in speculation. But you do have an idea, June says. Elliot says, the victim himself, Ray Conroy, he ran an auto import shop. I have the card here somewhere. He hands a business card over to June. Let's see, Ray's Imports on Delmont and Broad. That's the place, Elliot says. Anyhow, there were always rumors that his shop was just a front. And June wants to know, a front for what? Elliot tells her gambling mainly. Ray was a big-time poker player on the riverboat scene. Rumor or not, June says, it sounds like it's worth looking into. Thank you very much, sir. Elliot responds with, you are most welcome. Bobby's truly fortunate to have a champion like you in his corner. And now we're off to Ray's Imports. It looks much nicer than I was expecting, June says. Mrs. Talbot sees someone off in the distance. Is that Stella? Hey, it's actually Stella and Detective Martell. Stella and Detective Martell come up to the two, and they are greeted with, oh, it's you. June responds with, well, it's lovely to see you too. Stella tells them, forgive me if I'm not ecstatic to see the mother of my husband's murderer, and then both she and Detective Martell take off in a rush. June says, well, they left in a hurry. I wonder what they're hiding. It's occurring to me that Ray Conroy might be an innocent victim in all of this, and Mrs. Talbot wants to know what she means. Think about it. Stella told us quite a story about Bobby's obsession with her, didn't she? She also let it slip that she and Ray were on the outs. What if she killed Ray and framed Bobby for it? But why, Mrs. Talbot asks. What does she have against Bobby? We don't know that yet, June tells her. Let's find our way into the garage and maybe we can find something out. It looks like they left a window open. It's our lucky day. Mrs. Talbot notes that June spends a lot of time breaking and entering and tells her so. And what else is there to do? A girl's gotta have her hobbies, June tells her. And we're in. Well, this is all new to Mrs. Talbot. She asks June, so what exactly are we looking for? June tells her that Elliot says there were rumors that Ray was running a big-time gambling operation. He also said that Ray may have been bribing the police. Let's look for a paper trail. And paper trail, this looks like another ledger. Hold on, the numbers in this ledger look very familiar. They match the dollar amounts in Detective Martell's ledger. This is amazing, Mrs. Talbot. We are one step closer to proving that Detective Martell was taking bribes. Mrs. Talbot says, so it was either Ray or Stella. One of them was bribing Detective Martell. June agrees. To the tune of $20,000, that is not pocket change. Mrs. Talbot wonders where a garage owner would get that kind of money. I don't know. Let's keep looking for clues. Look over here above the rolling desk. It's a safe. This safe is open and empty. The door is wide open. You would think someone just emptied it and then ran right off. Mrs. Talbot remembers that Bobby was carrying a case of money when we saw him. Do you think that he? June finishes her sentence. Stole it? I don't know. Stella could have cleaned the safe out too. Are we all thinking the worst of Bobby? I thought we were trying to save him. But wait, what was that noise? The office door slammed shut and a car engine started. Mrs. Talbot looks around and sees that all the doors and windows are closed. I'm guessing even the one they crawled in from? Oh no, we'll suffocate. Don't panic, June says. There has to be a way out of here. Oh, do you smell that? The room is filling with exhaust fumes. I think someone's trying to kill us. June breaks the office window with a hammer and then shoots down this engine attached to chains that seem to be holding the door closed. All right, let's get out of here. Oh no, the gate is locked shut. It won't budge. She used the car jack to reach the car lift. She uses the lift to get this cute little red car down, and now we're out of here. Come on, Mrs. Talbot. Are you all right, Mrs. Talbot? Mrs. Talbot says, how can I be all right, June? Someone just tried to kill us. Yeah, I know, June said, and there's only one person who could have locked us in there. Mrs. Talbot knows too. Ray's wife, Stella. We saw Detective Martell at the garage with Stella. Was he in on the murder plan? Who was bribing Detective Martell? Did Bobby steal his case of money from the safe? And we still don't know who killed Ray Conroy. For the answers to these questions and more story, keep an eye out for our next installment. If you want to read the story yourself without commentary, keep watching. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that we don't lose each other. And until we meet again, sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey.